before he leaves.
Right.
Right?
Y'all clap it up.
How you guys doing? You guys okay?
Yes,
You
sir.
talk?
Yes, sir.
All right. You guys hot? A little tired?
I don't do stuff.
You guys tired?
No,
No, sir. All right. I thought you guys did pretty good though overall. I liked it. I like being out here. I remember being in your situation. Actually, I played here at NEP a long time ago, back when it used to be closer to the airport. I don't know, you guys, none of y'all were around back then. But I just wanted to talk to you guys real quick about my journey and how I got from your position to playing college football, and things that I did and things that helped me whenever I was going up in your shoes. So a couple things that I think is very important for you to have instilled in you that hopefully your parents have done, but if not, you can keep working towards, is being dependable, working hard. Being dependable and working hard are two of the most important things I think that go hand in hand, right? And anything you do in life, you have to be able to be dependable. So you guys showed up here, right? You're dependable. You told your mom or dad that you wanted to do this camp, so you showed up. That goes a long way. Another thing that works, or that goes hand in hand with being dependable, is working hard. Some of you guys aren't going to be the tallest. Some of you guys aren't going to be the fastest. Some of you aren't going to be the strongest. But if you outwork people, you can make up for those little things, right? Even though I look big to you guys, I'm not the biggest person. I wasn't the biggest person whenever I played even college football. There's people bigger than me. There's people faster than me. But how I beat them was to outwork them. I wasn't going to come off the field until I was better than them with every rep, with every workout I did. So what I did to get to from high school to college, when I was in high school, I made 2 goals for myself. One thing, most important thing I was going to do, I was going to graduate high school, right? How many of you guys are going to graduate high school? Everyone's hands better go up, right? That's the most important thing. Without that, without your education, you can't go anywhere in life. Because all these coaches that played football can tell you at one point in time you're going to stop playing. You got to have something to back yourself up, right? You got to learn stuff in school to help you go further in life. So your education, that was one thing I set a goal when I got to high school I was going to do. The second thing was I was going to play college football. If God let me, God kept me healthy, I was going to play football. I was going to play football at the next level. So everything I did in high school was to work towards that. Everything I did was in efforts to make sure that that happened. So day by day I worked, I got harder. It got harder as I progressed. So everything, if you were in Little League football right now, when you go up to the next level, if you're in Mighty Mites, you go to Mini Mites, you go to Mites, Juniors, Midgets, all that, each level gets a little bit tougher, right?
Yes, sir.
Does it get a little tougher?
Yes, sir.
But you hopefully get a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, right? It doesn't stop whenever you go from Little League to high school. It gets tougher there too, right?
Yes, sir.
It gets even tougher when you get to college. I had a professor or a teacher, whenever I was in high school, that told me not to worry about football. Don't focus on football. Only 2% of high school student football players are going to make it to the Division I level playing football. Now, she didn't mean it in a mean way, but I took it as don't pay attention to what's important to me. That's how I took it. So I used that as motivation whenever I was a 9th grader to make it to college football. So I wrote 2% on my hand almost every single day of school and 2% on my gloves every game that I played in as a reminder. Someone doesn't believe in you, someone thinks you can't do it, or someone thinks it's a waste of your time. So I use that as motivation every day to work towards my goal that eventually got me to the University of South Alabama, which I don't know if any of you guys know where that's at. It's over in Mobile. It's only like an hour away. It's not far at all. So when I got to college, everyone thinks it's going to be great, right? It's a fun time. And it is great. It was the best times of my life. How many hours a day do you guys spend on football now? 2 hours, right? Not that long. All right. Well, in college, your job is to basically go to class, get your education still, right? And then to play college football. So when you wake up, we'd wake up, we practice in the morning. So we would wake up and practice at 6 o'clock, but we'd have to be at the field house at 5 o'clock for meetings. Then you'd have to get taped and get ready, get your shoulder pads on, and then we go out to the field. You practice for, like you guys said, 2 hours. Then you got workouts. Then you got to go to class. And then you have meetings at the end of the day to go over what you did at practice. Seems like a lot, right?
Sir.
Well, outside of that, sometimes you got to study. like I said, you got to go to class. You got to eat because you're hungry. I know if y'all are, I'm hungry right now. So you got to eat food, right? And then you might want to take a nap because you're a little tired from practice.
Yeah.
So how do you think you go about doing that? That's a lot of stuff to do in one day, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And it might seem overwhelming, it might seem like a whole lot, but a good thing to help you that you guys can do right now to help build you up to that point is to work on your time management. I know that sounds crazy because you guys are kids, you don't have a whole lot going on, but the more you manage your time, the better off you'll be later on in life. So what's time management? Real quick, does anyone know what time management is? What's time management? Using your time wisely, right? Making sure there's no wasted time. The way I'm a very schedule-oriented person. So what that means is I write down everything I need to do for that day, and I make sure I accomplish that stuff by this amount of time, by that amount of time, and whatever. So the more stuff you have going on, I might need to stay home instead of going outside to hang out with friends because I need to study for a math test, right? That's using your time wisely, or that's maybe making sure that you study for a little bit, then you go play, right? Being effective with your time. But going back to college, like I said, college football was the best time of my life. We're a smaller school than like Florida State per se, but we played bigger schools. We played University of Tennessee, Nebraska, NC State. I played a lot of big college football stadiums. Has anyone? What's the biggest crowd you guys have probably played in front of? What's the biggest crowd? A couple hundred? Couple hundred? Pace? Okay, cool. Well, my biggest game, how many people do you think was at my biggest game that I played in college? How many? Yeah, how many do you think were at my? 100? 300. There was 101,000 people at my biggest college football game I played in. We played the University of Tennessee. If anyone knows that, they're the Volunteers. They got the big ugly T. Anyway, we played University of Tennessee up there. There was 100,000 fans. I remember, like I said, being your age and playing against maybe just our parents and friends out here, and then going to play against 100,000 people. It was so rewarding. That made my college experience, just playing that one game. So I want to encourage you guys to keep working hard, work on those things that I told you about, being dependable, being hardworking, and then making sure that you have good time management skills going forward so everything in your life stays on schedule. Remember, the most important thing, right, when you're in school is what? To study your grades and to graduate, okay? That's what I want to leave you guys with and encourage you and keep going, keep practicing. You guys being out here today is already taking the step in the right direction of where you want to go in the future. Thank you.